Hey guys. Um yeah, I'm back. Now that I got everything set up, I think I am good. Okay, so I decided to come on because I probably do Twitter Space. Twitter Space has been acting up for me. I don't know if it's been for anybody else. Um so I just wanted to come on because I think I just now saw General Hospital. And it's um one of those things where first let me just say this right now, because in the last 24 hours, General Hospital, my thoughts and prayers goes out to the cast, the crew of General Hospital, and for those in the daytime community with Nika Garland, who was a producer at General Hospital, but she's done other things too. She passed away yesterday. And of course, today was the tribute episode to Sonia Eddy, aka Epiphany. Um, I will say that this may have been the best GH episode in a while because thank you, I'm doing good. Um, because it represented what General Hospital really is, a community surrounding the hospital. And we saw that. And of course, so Twitter being messy as usual, I saw the comments and everything. And I was like, push that out the way, right? Hey, as only. So first and foremost, it's crazy because when we heard a couple months ago actually, when we heard about Sonia Eddy's passing, because it the irony was, okay, so let me just kind of go back a couple of months ago. We was on Twitter Space and we was talking about Epiphany. We was like, okay, where's Sonia Eddy at? Because we haven't seen her. We knew that she was taking her test. The Epiphany storyline, right, was getting kind of good here. And then, kid you not, 24 hours later, we found out Sonia Eddy passed away. And it was like, wait, what? And when they said they were going to definitely do a tribute, and then they said it was going to be back to back, like it was the tribute, then the nurses' ball. It was like, get us in all emotions, why don't you? And so watch today's episode, and I can tell you right now, most of the cast wasn't acting. Those are real emotions that you saw. As we all know, the daytime genre is a family. It's a family unit. These people have spent years, decades, they've been together for a very long time, to the point where they become family to each other. But on the flip side, they become family to us because we've grown up watching them. They're in our house, 5 days a week. We know them better than we know our own bank account number. And I'm not talking about just the characters. I'm even talking about a personal level. And if you remember back in the day, you would write a letter and everything. And now we have this way of communicating with these actors in a way that we never dreamt of, and that's social media, which can be a good and bad thing. Sonia Eddy was always sweet to everybody. You can go around and ask from Facebook to Insta to Twitter, from the bloggers, from the actors, pretty much everybody will tell you Sonia Eddy was that woman. She was that woman. I had the honor and the privilege and everything to talk to her. It was not on Soul Party, but it was on Liaison Radio with Christy. And James Light Jr. was on there. And Sonia and me, we were cracking up. Like, You would honestly have thought Sonia Eddy and me have known each other for years. That's how great of a person. She made you feel so comfortable that it was like you really did know her for so many years. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen, I mean, obviously I've seen Sonia in other things, but General Hospital was the mainstay. I remember she was going for an audition, and I think her and Jack K. Harry was in the same like room. And I remember she was talking about that. She was like, now you know, I made it when I'm in the same room with her. And some other people say, but you know, it was just mainly, it was like the level. And yeah, I wanted to, you know, with Felix and Liz and Emma, and I mean, she's not little anymore. And I'm gonna tell you something, General Hospital, kudos to you, because that was a big surprise of seeing Brooklyn Ray, aka Emma, on today's episode. We didn't know until Brooklyn had posted it on social media. See, this is what I'm talking about. You can keep surprises from the viewers, and that was a great surprise. So, you know, watching that, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, or Young and the Restless a couple episodes ago, they honored Neil Winters. And, you know, here's the thing about that. I don't think none of us has gotten over the fact that Christophe St. John is no longer with us. It's one of those things that sometimes I have to catch myself about to say something in current times instead of past tense, right? Because it just seems like Christoph should still be here. Jeannie Cooper, David Canary, Michael Saslow. There are certain people in this industry, in this daytime community, as far as soaps go, that it's still like amazing that they're not here with us anymore. But I always get this, and I heard some people saying it, you know, when Jeannie Cooper passed away, which I remember social media that week, that day. People was like, we don't have any more. We you know, we got some word. The family is asking for prayers. And I didn't understand what was happening. To be honest, I didn't. And we all remember that final episode. We didn't know that was the final episode, but we just remember all of us probably collectively said, Jeannie Cooper does not look well. Hope everything is okay. I found out watching the talk when they had said they announced Jeannie Cooper's passing. That hit me like a ton of bricks, because Jeannie Cooper, not only was she a freaking legend, not because she was, you know, just, but she was some of our grandmas, like in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And it hurt because it was like, we've grown up watching her. And Lisa Brown, don't get me even started on that, because there's times when you meet people, and we know this, that somehow has made an impact or has put a dent in your life. And when Lisa Brown died, let me take a pause for Jeannie Cooper. When Lisa Brown died, that was a shock. That was a shock. I didn't know she was sick. I don't think none of us did. So when they said that Lisa Brown had passed, it was like, wait, what? Because I think the year before was Michael Tylo, right? And then it was Lisa Brown. It was just like, for us Gone Life fans, it was just like, okay, let's take a moment here. With Jeannie Cooper, you know, she was that balls to the wall kind of woman. And it was crazy because, again, it was like, she's not supposed to go. I don't know. Like, like with family, you don't want them to go. You never think in a million years that you're like, they're going to live forever, right? Isn't that our mentality, that everybody's going to live forever? When Christoph died, I'm going to be honest, I think that may have shook me to a point where I just didn't understand. I knew he had a broken heart. I think we all did. Because no parent, and this goes to what recently happened in Nashville, and my thoughts and prayers goes out. See, I can't keep saying that either. Thoughts and prayers goes out to the parents who lost their child due to gun violence. And that's a whole different topic for another day. But no parent should bury their child. I learned that at an early age because my grandparents had to do that with my mom. But Christoph never got over the injustice of that whole situation. And other factors, And I just remember he was on social media the week prior. He did an Instagram Live. Many of you guys probably remember that Instagram Live. I actually know it was a couple of weeks like before February. It was like somewhere like in January or whatnot. He did an Instagram Live. Some of you guys may remember it. And then like the week prior, he was on social media. And then that Thursday, Friday, it was the Super Bowl commercial. And it was like he was in time. And everything was cool. Everything was freaking cool. The New England Patriots won that Sunday. I came to work with my Patriots gear on because I had to make everybody say sorry to me. And at 9:42 a.m., I think it was either 9:45 or even a little bit after 10, I got a TMZ alert. And it said, soap actor Christoph St. John. That's all it said. That's all it said. I'm going to be honest. I still remember this. They said, soap actor Christoph St. John. And I did not want to look. Because I thought maybe they were going to say he was let go of Young and the Restless. He got married. His then fiance was going to have a baby. I just didn't know what the rest of that thing was. Then I get a text message from, I think it was my cousin, who said, "Oh my God, did you hear about Christoph?" And I said, no. Then my other coworkers was like, "Candace, girl, Christoph's gone." And I said, "Gone to another show." Here's how the denial instantly kicked in. Because I was like, when they said he's gone, I'm like, he gone off of Young and the Restless. I said, darn it. Like, okay. WJZ, which is the local CBS affiliate here in Baltimore. Breaking news, Young and the Restless actor Christoph St. John passes away. I went back on TMZ to look at it. It was confirmed. He passed away. I remember going on Periscope. For those who remember this, I went on Periscope because I was completely over. Well, I couldn't do it. Because I was hoping for so many reasons that they were wrong. I really thought that they made a mistake. Because sometimes that's what happens. People make mistakes. Contrary to what people say, not every black person, all black people do look different. But the more I kept hearing about it, more people were saying it. I was like, this is true. That hurt in so many ways because for a lot of us, Christophe St. John was that big brother. For some of us, he was the father figure we all wanted. For some of us, he was the example. And it wasn't just Young and the Restless. I mean, you heard the tributes. People from General Hospital, Vanessa Antoine, people from Days, Bold, Young, all these shows in between, outside of daytime, outside of television, they all knew Christophe St. John and what an amazing person he was. But when you look at it, Christophe St. John, yes, came into our homes for over 20-something years. But most of us never met him. But he made such an impact on us. It was like he was a part of our family. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like when these soap actors passes away, it hits us really hard as if they're a family. David Canary, Michael Zaslow, one that gets me all the time too is Josh Ryan Evans. You guys know him as Timmy from Passions. That was the freakiest thing ever. And the fact that me and him, I'm actually older than him. I'm like a couple of months. But that was weird too because he was Timmy. Like Timmy was like a little brother. Like he was cool, like a little cousin or something. But this is the testament. This is the thing is that we've been watching these soaps for so long. Like I said, we've grown up with them. They have been with us through births, deaths, weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, job promotions, when we got our first car, when we got our first kiss, our first times, and everything. And they are family. So when we hear that somebody has passed away, it's a trigger. It really hurts. And Keisha, I'm seeing your comment. It says, Candace, I'm so sorry to hear that. My firstborn died when he was a week old. It's been 21 years. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. You guys know how honest I am. My mom passed away when I was 11 years old. She died a couple of weeks after she turned 36. Come July, it will be 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. And it never gets easy. It never gets easy. And I'm going to say this now. This is the biggest pet peeve when somebody says, oh, because it's been so many years, does it still feel like, do you feel the pain? Yes, I still feel the pain of not having my mom for 30 years. Yes. And also, I had lost a child too. I had a miscarriage. And think about that kid all the time. That kid would have been 18. I don't know if I could have dealt with that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and my mom loved her soaps. My great grandma, when she passed away, you blame her for me. Okay. But these soap actors, sometimes I don't even think they understand how important they are in our lives. That, yeah, they come in, they, go to work, they do their thing, and then they're gone. But the fact of that some of us was named after these soap characters, that they play an important role in our growth, in our lives, continuously. They are a family. And that's why I always say, for me, I always say they're my extended family. That's why I literally tell people, I say all the time to, like, I just said this last week to Michael Damian and to Beth Maitland. I said, you guys helped raise me. It's true. You guys did a really good job, I think. But, they're a family. And It's one thing when a soap character dies, right? But it's a whole different level when the soap actor dies. You know, Sam with GH, his story, Baby Lil was something. Oh yeah. I mean, there's times like I always compare myself to Michelle on Gone Light, when even though Maureen was not her bio mom, she was her mother. You see what I'm saying? And that was the only story I could relate to at that time. I mean, it was, and the crazy part was it was such a stretch. It was literally 5 months in between when Maureen died and then when my mom passed, right? And when these soap actors go, it's like you start to, especially if you actually met them in person. Like I saw a lot of people today because I had a request on Twitter. I did have a request. I actually had two. My first request was for everybody to post a picture of Sonia Eddy, whether you had a picture, a personal picture of her, or just a picture of like a screenshot or something. I wanted the GH timeline to be filled with Sonia Eddy. That's all that's all I had asked. And I saw a lot of people sharing personal photos and screenshots, and I thank you guys for doing that. And the second one was, I said I was hoping that Sonia Eddy would be trending, or Epiphany or something. I did get the screenshots of you guys sending it to me. Sonia Eddy was trending, was the third trending on Twitter. Epiphany was number 7. Epiphany was for the GH timeline, the trending topic. And so again, I thank you guys for that, because I felt as though this was the least that some of us could have done. It's hard because you realize how much they meant, like how much they meant to the show. Yes. But again, to us fans, and she didn't get to meet all of us, right? Sonia Eddy did not get to meet a lot of us. There was a lot of us who loved her from afar. Like I said, I was honored to talk to her on the phone because I had to talk to her about Billy D. Williams. And every time on Twitter, I always mess with her about it. There was people who worked with her, who met her at fan events, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. But there was some who did not get to say to her face, hey, Sonia, I really love you. Thank you, da-da-da-da-da. So that's why I said, if the timeline, if we could have done, that's something we could have done. With Christoph, I mean, here's the thing. I think everybody kind of had a tear when they dedicated the jazz thing to Neil Winters and showed that picture. Because that is the lasting reminder that Christoph St. John, he made an impact, obviously. But every time you see that picture, you're going to see that handsome face, right? But also, it was like, you see the people, like Brighton. Like, I was looking at Brighton James and Crystal Khalil, and if you saw the 50th special on CBS, Joshua Morrow, who, kudos to him, because I was there a couple of years ago when he was talking about Jeannie Cooper. Him and Jeannie Cooper was tight. And he said that hurt when they got the word on set that she passed away. With Christoph, that gutted him too. Same thing with Eric Braeden, with Cameron Grimes, Crystal, all of them, even, but that's again shows the importance of how they're not just actors, they're not just actors. They're cool. They're family. They're our family too. And we say, oh my God, you just triggered. I remember being so just Billy D. I know. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. Every chance that I got, like on Twitter, or literally it started on Twitter, I had replayed the Colt 40. For those who remember Colt 45's commercials growing up, some of your parents drank it, we know. Billy D. Williams was the face of Colt 45. So the thing was, I tagged Sonya in it. And she was like, girl, I was like, okay, I don't see it. I mean, I see it, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave y'all now. I was gonna go like that. I mean, she liked it all the guys she worked with. Come on now. Sonya, you know it's true. Ashley says soaps are family. They have always been there for it. It's my hope that they can continue to be us for many years. Amen. Because like I said, these soaps are a part of our timeline, our lifeline. Many of us remember where we was at when Luke and Laura got married. Like I always said, I was in my mama's stomach. So, I was having a blessed day. Some of us remember when we got worried about Michael Zaslow. And when I mean word, I mean looking at Guy in Light and noticing something was off a little bit. We was there when Douglas Watson, I think that was his name, the one that played Mac on Another World, when he passed away. And how Victoria Wyndham had to do what she did at the Daytime Emmys. Besides Sonya, John Aniston. This goes back to the Daytime Emmys of last year, during the Lifetime Achievement Award. We all said on social media, everybody is sad, everybody is crying, something happened to John Aniston. And we understood that he couldn't attend because of COVID. I totally understand. I remember too getting word during Day of Days. And I said to somebody, they're going to wait until that Monday or Tuesday to make the official announcement because they don't want to rain on anybody's parade. When they said John Aniston had passed away, I think we all was just like, had to take that one in stride too. Joseph Mascola, when he passed away. But for GH, let me twist it back a little bit. When John Ingle and Anna Lee passed away, first and foremost, just like my grandfather, I noticed something with John Ingle. It's one of those things where you could just, pray that you're wrong. But I was just like, oh. And then, they had said he had passed away, right? With Anna Lee, and that was a controversial one. Because some people will trigger and say, because of what happened with her and GH, that's what caused her broken heart. And pneumonia and all that stuff. But that was still another, that hurt. It hurt. When Stuart Damon died, again, like I said, when these actors are not just actors. I mean, again, I know that and see, people don't get it. People don't understand when a soap actor passes away. It's not because we're like, oh, what are they going to do with the soap character? Oh, they're going to recast the role. Oh my gosh, da 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 da. Oh yeah, John Callahan. That took the cake too. That was another thing. It was like, then when Locke and Malloy, when Wally Kurth, not Wally Kurth, sorry. When Walt Willey had announced that on Facebook, I think I was like, wait, what? Because I think it was his birthday. Wasn't it like a couple of days after his birthday or the day of his, I just remember. And I was just like, I know I read this wrong. I was like, let me get my glasses. I was like, let me see. I said, Holy Toledo. Wow. Okay. When Roscoe Bourne Say what you want. He deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore of soap villains, okay? Brilliant actor. Brilliant actor. What she got an Emmy? When they said him and Benjamin Henderson, that's his name, when they both passed away because of suicide, that was not only that hurt, but it hurt that we, again, that people did not see their pain. And again, let me just say this. You never know what somebody's going through. Just because, they got everything's great. Everything's wonderful. Soon as they walk into their house and they turn on the lights, it could be like, I hate life. I hate it. I hate all of it. I hate, da, 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 da. You never know what's going through their life. Actually met John. I'm trying to, now I know I definitely met Eva LaRue. Did I meet John? I want to say I did. I gotta look at my photo album. I think I did. But I really wish I met Roscoe Bourne. I really wish I could have met him. Because I've heard stories about him too. And I'm just like, this is the same man who was Mitch, who was Terrible Tom, who was, like, okay, he's such a cool guy. I wish I could. And he was on The City. He was on, one of my favorite shows. Beautiful. With Stuart Damon, though, that, like, I remember that I think that was one of the final pictures that I saw, and I think we all seen it, is when it was him, Jackie Zeman, and some other people too. And I kept shaking my head and I was like, GH, you did him wrong. And I agree. I wish that they gave him a better tribute. I really do. Another person was Jerry Douglas. John Abbott, the man, the myth, the legend. They did him dirty too. But to know, like, and then, you just, Marnie. As well turns Marnie. Cancer sucks. It was great to hear Leslie Charleston today. Spoiler alert. I mean, her health has been, she's fell a couple of times and stuff like that. And that's another thing, is that you start to, we always say we want everybody to live forever. We want the soap genre to continue, but then the reality creeps in, right? And it's like you start to look at, over Young and the Restless. There's some people who, death happens to everybody. They don't discriminate age or sex or color or anything like that. But you look at certain people and you're like, I hope this isn't it. And I know Days fans, I know. We talked about this a couple of times. But you think that too, is that you have a majority of your cast that is over the age of 60. Like, you have the youngins, you do. But going forward, you have a lot of people that is in like their late 50s all the way up to close to 100. For real. No joke. But God bless. You know what I'm saying? God bless. It's not a lot of people can say that. And I hope that they can do like everybody else and freeze them. You know what I'm saying? Freeze them. Because it's going to be, it's one of those things that I understand. Life happens. I think we all understand that. But it's just something about when we hear that such and such passed away, it's like, that's another of our family members. It's like the equivalent of our grandparents or parents or cousins and everything. It hurts, because it's like, like a real, like how you know, yeah, it's my house. Helen came to. I know, right? And I do want to hear that. I want to hear that a couple of times, especially in the next couple of weeks. And I'm, you know, I am really hoping. I'm hoping that Leslie Charleston is okay. I hope she is. But it was really nice to hear her. You know, last year, some of you guys who follow me knows that I met Constance Towers. Which I'm still like, yes, like I got the picture. And when she said like 91, I was like, first and foremost, well done. Like, looks fabulous. Like, I'm like 90. I said, I am hoping and praying. Okay. But let me see. Bill Hayes is a treasure. He's like the grandfather who sings all the time. All the time. He's that Bill Hayes. Let me tell you something. Bill Hayes is a freaking treasure and a godsend because him as the devil is still like, I'm going to say this, like probably one of my best favorites. Him singing Always. Or the fact that, and I got a response from them when I did it. I did Davy Crockett. Because you know, Bill Hayes wrote that, the Ballad of Davy Crockett, right? Davy Crockett. That's him. And so I did it, and I was like, wow. Like I got a response from Bill Hayes. I'm cool. I'm like, but Bill Hayes is such a sweetheart. Like I want to give him a hug or something. I love him. Constance taught me say, okay, wow, Helena is the best villain out there. True that. Constance Towers was wonderful as Selena. She has some history in movies. And by the way, today is March 29th. And so I can honestly say this. 41 years ago on CBS Daytime, the first full episode, not the primetime movie, but the first episode of Capital came on CBS. Go ahead, y'all. Right now. That was such a big day. Because I think Search for Tomorrow premiered on NBC. Search. What are you searching for? Search for Tomorrow on NBC. I'm really loving this mic, by the way. But yeah, it's just like, you know. I mean, Eric Braeden is 81 years old. and sometimes when you start saying everybody's ages, you're like, how did that happen? It's like, seriously, Eric Braeden has been the same person for 40 something years since we can remember. Like, you know, I mean, there's a video. If you go on TikTok, and I need Jeremy's going to find it on TikTok. There's a woman who's like, this man has been the same age, the same look, the same style since we were all little kids, and now we're grown ups, and he still looks the same. Talk about a vampire. Like, John McCook, just all these people that we've really grown up with. It's just like, wow. Deidre is what, 75? Right? Stephen Nichols is, and somebody told me this, and I said, y'all lying. Like, he's in his 70s, right? Or something. I'm like, y'all lying. Stephen Nichols is nowhere in the 70s. No, we're not doing that today. No. And it's like, Candace, Stephen Nichols is in his age. And I said, no, we're not doing that. No. No. I was like, not today, sir. I don't know what y'all talking about. Going to tell me that Stephen Nichols is, no. And that's something else too. We're in denial. We're always going to be in denial because it's like, oh crap, like how long? And we don't want to say that. But it's life. Life happens, And that's why I always say, appreciate, give them their flowers now. There's no way he's not 72. No, reverse that. He's 62. Going to tell me Stephen Nichols is 72. Nah. Again, because we've known Stephen Nichols. Come on now. We've known Stephen Nichols for so long. Like, I guess we have known. Yeah, we've known him for like, and that's how we know we've grown up, right? I know, Court. I mean, I know it's true. I know it's true, Jeremy. But still, I like that. But no, but that's also a double sword. It's like we're like, wait, no, like Stephen was like, no, that can't be right. But it's one of those things where we, the fans, the viewers, have to also accept that we're getting older too. That we literally have grown up. That we can remember. I mean, with younger of us, a lot of us can remember when Beth Maitland and Eileen Davis first started. I was born. Okay. But that means that 41 years ago, they were in their 20s. We remember Peter Bergman when he was Cliff on All My Children. We remember when Just Walton was literally on Capitol. We remember Melanie Thomas Scott when she was a young ingenue. We remember when Eric Braeden seriously looked the same. He does look the same, just the gray. That's it. That's all. We can remember when Lord Lee Bell was a teenager. We can remember, again, you want to do this? Let's do this. We remember, some of us can remember Becky Herbst from when she was a kid too, right? I'm just saying. My favorite role which she played with Stefan on GH. I haven't watched it. Oh yeah, like everybody will tell you that. And that's going to be another topic of how well these people can play more than one character on different shows, and we can separate them because Mary Beth Evans and Stephen Nichols will automatically get the award for creating two characters, like being a part of another pairing on another show, and it worked well. If I'm gonna say something controversial. Some people will say that Stefan and Catherine was better than Stephen and Kayla. The debate is on. My parents named me after Ash. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, is that most of us was named after these characters. And I think they said that last week that, like Ashley was popular. Victoria. I mean, some people, again, some of y'all, I'm not going to say no names, skip school and skip stuff so you can watch what happened on your soaps. I'm talking about all you guys who skipped work in 1981 to see Luke and Laura get married. We're not mentioning no names because clearly I was not there because I was in my mom's stomach. So, but then again, my mom did let me stay home for Santa Barbara. So, let me say, my mom said my dad named me Keisha. My mom wanted me to be Victoria. I tell her the reason I have multiple. I mean, it could have been Newman. Just saying. Or who else was named Victoria back then? Oh, well, no, you got a good point there. It could have been multiple personalities. Sorry, boo. But no, like I said, like you take a look at Erica Slazak and Susan Lucci, like even those who was no longer on screen, which is a darn shame. But you take a look at and you see them, and it's like wow, like life is tricky, life is funny. But is again, when you hear somebody, just like anybody's stuff is surprise. You go through the denial, you go through that phase, but it is something when person that you watch 5 days a week on a TV show, and you kind of get to know them outside of the show, whether it's fan events or social media or the interviews, like again, like Soap Party or JLJ Media, The Chat, all these shows, Take Two Radio, you have this personal connection with them. and you get to share stories about, well, you guys helped me. Well, your character, you personally, your story, like a lot of people talk about Maurice Bernard, how Maurice Bernard's journey has made an impact on somebody else and they feel connected. And with Sonia, I mean, she was a teddy bear. She was a teddy bear. So my thoughts and prayers goes out to the daytime community on recent losses. General Hospital, you're definitely in my prayers back right now. And then of course you guys, I love you guys so much. Probably be back on tomorrow. I don't know. Now that I got this mic, I know a lot of you guys are happy about that. But I will be on tomorrow. I think I'll be on tomorrow. And I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.